Hey Internet! My name is Sebbi and welcome back to the coffee break in Minecraft. Today is Wednesday, May 27th, 2015, and I do have a lot of space news for you. This is really exciting because I like to talk about space and I like to talk about new things related to space, and so it's really amazing that there are some new things going on in space. And well, at first we do have a skeleton inside our storage room, so we can get rid of this guy. And well, speaking about storage room, the first space news is related to the International Space Station, because today they will reallocate a cargo There's once again a stupid Enderman. Go away, guy, go away, don't start to steal my dirt blocks again. Oh, and we do have a creeper. I think the creeper is also quite excited, but I'm not quite sure if he's so excited about space news. I think he's more excited about, well, blowing up on us and, yeah, causing some damage or so. But okay, we have defeated this, greenish visitor. And, space news, yeah. So, International Space Station, today they will reallocate a cargo module. I think they have yesterday or so closed the hatch and performed some leak checks, and today they will release the bolts that keep the cargo module in place and dock to the International Space Station, and then they will grab it with the robotic arm, the Canada arm, and they will install it on a different docking port or on a different place of the International Space Station. And well, I think this is really an interesting project, and it's also a very interesting concept. I mean, when you think about, okay, today we do have a cargo module over there, or we do have, well, a room over there, and the next day the room is suddenly somewhere else. So it would be like if you can suddenly change the layout of your apartment. So on one day the bathroom is on the right, and well, the next day you suddenly move your bathroom to the left side of your apartment or so. I think this would be, wow, interesting. This would be really interesting if you could do something like this. And yeah, this will happen at noon GMT. There will be a live stream of this relocation or this relocation process of this cargo module on NASA TV. So I am really excited about this. I will follow this live stream and I will follow how this relocation process goes on and how they are doing this. And well, I think that's really cool. And in general, it's a little bit like, okay, like a thing, a spacecraft, or well, a cargo spacecraft. I mean, they also grab the SpaceX cargo spacecraft, the Dragon capsule with a Canada arm, and they burst it with the International Space Station. And so it's basically the exact same process, that they will just remove this cargo module and bring it over to a different location. And I think that's really amazing, and I'm really looking forward to this. And I think we can use this time the furnace, and okay, I think we need maybe some coal so that we can keep the smelting process running. Very nice. Okay, do I like to do something? Well, I can craft a few breads, and well, I think the whole process of reallocating the cargo module is related to the preparations for the upcoming, or for the new crewed spacecraft. So the Boeing, I guess it's Boeing, T100, 1000. I'm not quite sure. I always forgot the name. And the Dragon Capsule 2.0. So these new crewed spacecrafts were, well, they need to prepare the International Space Station for these new spacecrafts, and they need to have new docking ports. And they already began at the beginning of the year with some spacewalks as they installed some new cables on the International Space Station in preparation for this. And I think this reallocation of the cargo module could be also related to the whole preparation process. And yeah, I think that's really amazing. And so I'm looking forward to this. And speaking about live streams at the same time, well, it's not really related to space. They will stream also beginning at noon GMT, a symposium on climate change. And well, I think this is also a thing I like to look into. So maybe I will have two devices running at the same time, or two tabs in my browser running at the same time, or well, I will have one thing running on my tablet or so, and the other thing running on a computer. I'm not quite sure, because I really like to see what is going on in the symposium on climate change. And yeah, so a lot of live streams today. And if you think, okay, this is now enough of live streams, no, today evening, dang it, okay, we are doing the same thing as before. How did I install these things? Here we go. Okay, today, this evening at 21:16, I guess, 21:16 or so, will be a launch of an Ariane 5 rocket from Kourou in French Guiana. And wow, I thought now I will be falling down, but no, this was lucky. I was lucky. Yeah, there will be a launch of an Ariane 5 rocket with 2 satellites on board. And well, that's always exciting. I really like the Orion rocket. It's really the Orion 5. This is really a great and powerful space launch system, and so I'm really looking forward to this launch, and to see to see once again these 2 powerful solid rocket boosters running, and the amazing sound of the rocket launch. And so I'm really amazed. Today is really a space webcast day or so. So this is amazing. And yeah, I think one payload of the Ariane 5 rocket will be a television satellite, I think, and the other one I'm not quite sure. I've already closed. Can I? Okay, this is not working as intended. Dang. But I think I can retrieve this stairs later on. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. And well, as I was talking about the launch of the space plane, the X-37B, I was also talking about that. Okay, oh, I do have some stairs left. This is good. How do I get now up there? I think I need to pillar up to get up there and to get out of this room. I was talking about that they launched also the light sail. Okay, the light sail satellite, a tiny CubeSat, which will try out the concept or the deployment of a solar sail. And apparently this thing has a minor software glitch or so that they have to reboot this. I hope they will succeed with a reboot process, so that they can try out if the deployment of the solar sail works as intended and so on. So I keep my fingers crossed that they can restart their their thing, their CubeSat and the solar sail. And there's something else. Well, of course, there are some more space news. Oh yeah, Europa. NASA is planning to send a probe to Europa in... Okay, so much about my preparation for today. I totally forgot to check the date when the spacecraft will be launched. 2017 maybe? I'm quite sure you will write something in the comments, or I will write something in the comments as well. I have totally forgot to check when the thing will be launched, but it's a satellite or a probe that will investigate, or that will perform some analysis of Europa, one of the moons of Jupiter, and well, that's pretty amazing. And well, of course, they suspect some huge oceans under the ice crust of Europa, and it's also very interesting that well, the surface of Europa has not many impacts, so there aren't so many craters, and it's also interesting why the surface is so flat and so even on Europa, so not many craters and so on. And well, one idea would be that there are some volcanic activities going on, and the volcanic activities are all the time creating some water plumes, and the water is then freezing once again on the surface of is this the right map? Yeah, that's the right map. So in the second day of this episode, we are going on a short hiking trip in order to fill out this map. And I think I'm a little bit hungry, so I can grab a bread. And when we look over to our house, or to my tower, I think this looks great. This new roof looks really good, and I have also some ideas for some details in my mind, and I'm really looking forward to add these details to this roof or to the tower. And well, I think it's really looking good. I'm really happy, and I'm really pleased with the redesign of my shiny new house. And yeah, so this is amazing, especially because, well, we can see it from everywhere, because I built it on top of this mountain, so we can see it from here, we can see it from the other side, in contrast to our tiny little cabin, which is all the time hidden behind the mountains and so on. And okay, now we're starting to discover or to fill out this map. And yeah, Europa, one of the moons of Jupiter, and they will now send a probe over there to analyze this moon. And well, all the instruments. So I think it was yesterday, they revealed the instruments they like to send to Europa. And well, these instruments aren't really about finding life, because finding life is really hard, because well, you're not quite sure what kind of traces you should look for. So this thing is more about, well, looking into the general, well, looking into your Europa as such. And well, they can of course find some indications that could indicate that there might be some life on this moon. But of course, this is not really easy to trace life. And well, so they will have some cameras, of course, on board, so that they can take some amazing pictures from the surface of Europa. This is always cool. They will have a radar that can penetrate the ice, so that they can even have or cartograph the surface, or well, how the Europa is looking like underneath its ice shelf. This is also very interesting, and I'm looking forward to this. And then they do have also some other instruments that will, I'm not quite sure. I looked through all these instruments, but I haven't wrote them down. If you're really interested in this, just have a quick internet search, or maybe I will put the article into the video description so that you can read it up for yourself. And yeah, so a lot of interesting instruments. And well, I'm looking forward to this. I'm really looking forward to learn more about Europa, and if they're able to find some more traces of life or any traces of life, and yeah, what kind of insight they can get from Europa. And well, interestingly, although this probe will analyze Europa, wow, I'm currently looking at the time of this episode, and I think I can fill the whole episode with the space news, because so many things are going on. But well, maybe I can also talk about one last thing. But yeah, so Europa, dang, oh, there is no. It's not really a ravine. This is good. So I can, yeah, very good. I can jump over this. What do I wanted to say? Dang, I lost my. No, I lost track after I had this look at the timer for this episode. Focus, Sebbi, focus, and you wanted to say something. Oh yeah, interestingly, although there's a space probe will analyze Europa, it will only orbit around Jupiter. So it will enter a stable orbit around Jupiter, and the trajectory will be a little bit also influenced, of course, by the gravity of Europa, the moon. And so they will make sure, hopefully, that the probe will never enter the strong radiation belts of Jupiter. This would be probably really devastating for the mission or for the probe if the thing entered the strong radiation belts of Jupiter. But here, so it will orbit only around Jupiter. It will not enter an orbit around Europa. That's interesting. And well, so it will have more than 40 flybys of this moon in order to perform all the analyses, like, well, taking very, very close-up pictures, very sharp pictures, and taking pictures, and yeah, doing the radar things and all the other experiments. That's very cool. And yeah, so that's all for space news, I guess. And well, one thing I like to mention, there is also a very interesting video on the YouTubes. It's about a time-lapse version of Soyuz docking. I haven't watched this video. I have opened the video in my browser, and I just need to click on play, but I haven't watched it yet. So I will also put a link into the video description of this video if you're interested in seeing a time-lapse version of a Soyuz spacecraft docking with the International Space Station. I think that's really good. I just need to watch, but I just assume that's an amazing video. And yeah, okay, now at the beginning, or well, in the mid of the video or somewhere, I said today is also a symposium on climate change. And the other day I was watching the day after tomorrow, or yeah, I think it was called The Day After Tomorrow. It was running on TV, and so I watched this movie because, well, I said it so many times, I like to be in colder regions, and the idea of having Europe and the northern hemisphere covered in ice is, well, sometimes an appealing thought for me, especially during the summertime. And I think, okay, please give me wintertime. But yeah, it would have really some devastating effects if we would have something like this in New Ice Age. But yeah, well, although this movie is, of course, not really realistic and a little bit exaggerated and so on, but on the other hand, what I really like about this movie is, well, they really present the possible issues. Like, okay, this is already getting dark. I think I really have to start walking back home. This is not very good. Well, they really say, okay, when the ice shelves are melting, then of course you have a lot of sweet water getting into the oceans, and our good climate up here in the northern hemisphere is mostly caused by the warm Gulf Stream. And well, the Gulf Stream is working because, well, the change between salty water and cold water and so on. And if now too much sweet water would get into the Gulf Stream, the thing might stop, and then we are getting back to the Ice Age. And well, of course, this won't happen in a fast way like in the movie or so. No, this was a little bit unrealistic. But well, in general, they are really presenting the threat that could happen if we continue with this global warming. And moreover, the ice shelves of our Earth are also, well, they are white, and so they are reflecting sunlight, and so they are helping to regulate the climate or the temperature of our Earth. But well, unfortunately, we do have the global warming. The ice shelves are melting, and yeah, so they have already taken a lot of scary, or well, at least from my point of view, very scary and very sad images that, of course, the glaciers are melting, and so more and more open water is there in the Arctic regions of our Earth. And well, open water isn't wild, so it's not so reflective, and well, this in the end is causing that, well, the water is heating up more easily than the ice shelf, and so it's a process that gets faster and faster. At first, we have only a tiny fraction of more open water, but over time, this process really ramps up, and then it gets faster and faster, and we have more and more warmer temperatures, and well, then the whole ice caps are melting, and no ice, no winter, Sebbi is sad, and all because we are not able to really regulate what we are doing. And this was also one thing I was really happy about, that they said this in the movie. We always thought, okay, we can just use, or we can burn all these fossil fuels in order to keep our production going, to keep our economy going. But well, that's exactly what we are doing right now. We are burning so much fuel. We are using our cars to just go to the grocery store and instead that we are just maybe that we are going by feet to a grocery store or so. No, we are very, very lazy, and we just need to use our cars, and we use cars for other things. And yeah, in general, we are burning so much fossil fuels, and yeah. Oh, there's a zombie. This fossil fuels is a result of millions of years, and we are, or well, they are also some stored CO2 basically in the fossil fuels, and we are releasing this fossil fuel, or the CO2 that has been stored over 1 million of years in these oils and so on, and we are releasing them within a few years, and this of course has a devastating impact on our climate. And well, it's really sad that mankind isn't realizing what is going on and what kind of damage they are doing to our own Earth, because, well, we are all living on the Earth, and, well, at some point we really like to have also future generations living on the Earth. But if we continue doing what we are doing right now, then this is not very good. And yeah, so all these thoughts are presented, or were cursed, by the movie The Day After Tomorrow. So thank you so much for this movie, and I think it's nighttime. We are running late, so in this case, thank you so much for watching. I hope I gave you an interesting thought about how we can deal with our environment. And with this, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, my name is Sebbi. See you!